So I'm Megan Dent, I'm an equine photographer. I used to work in racing yards as a racing secretary, and last year decided to do this full time. So I go around yards and around racetracks and document mornings and things like that. Yeah, so I won the Emerging Talent Award last year, and it was a massive shock, but hopefully we'll go back in future years as well. So Christine gave me an opportunity last year to, so I live in Yorkshire, and he gave me the opportunity to come down every few weeks to take pictures for him, for his owners. You obviously, it's very different to any other yard here because you're doing different stuff each day. So your pictures are always very different. So it's a massive help to him. So he got me going really. And I come down every 2 or 3 weeks, take pictures here, and then in between everywhere else. Here, I'd say a lot of it's the scenery, but it's being in the right place, the right time. A lot of it, I suppose. Like those pictures that won me the award last year, they're all very. There was 3 that we put in, all very different, but being in the right place, right time, nice scenery, good lighting obviously helps. Like on a nice day like today. But yeah, just making the most of what you have in front of you, really. Okay, so we're just looking. Obviously, they're quite far away here. Normally, most yards you'd be closer. You'd be able to get closer shots of them, individual shots of them. Here, obviously, quite far away. So we're looking for more of them all together, of the string shots. So you just want them central as much as you can. You can obviously edit it afterwards, but central. And yeah, more the back. Obviously, being further away, you have to have, like I said, more of a scenic shot rather than just of the horses, which you'd have when you were closer on a gallop or whatever. But yeah. So you want nothing in between strides if possible. You want the legs stretched out, always looks best. Nothing in between each. Obviously, on a day like today, they all look healthy and well, and the coats look good and so it's easy on a day like today, middle of winter. So just trying to get them where the sun's. So my first job is to back everything up onto my hard drives, and I then go through and start selecting the best photos before importing them into Lightroom. And it can be time consuming and it can differ a lot day to day. For example, this morning we were on the canter track. The horses do 5 or 6 laps down there, whereas when they're down the beach or if you're going on a gallop where they're only coming past you once, you obviously only have one chance to get a nice photo of them, whereas when they're coming past you 5 or 6 times you have a lot more chance, but you do end up with a lot more photos at the end of it to work through. So once in Lightroom, I look at the collection as a whole, and I usually whittle it down again. Once you can see all the photos together, there's often very similar shots of horses that aren't necessary. These 2 shots here are very similar, obviously the same horse and rider, and the horse is on a very similar stride in both. So obviously one isn't necessary. I think I prefer this overall. Horse has got his eyes shut in this and I just don't like it as much, so we'll get rid of that one. I've already edited some of these, but if we work on a couple which haven't been, maybe these are Kitty's light. So I try not to edit things too much and try and keep them looking quite natural. So the first thing I always do is to crop it. There's a lot of wasted space in this at the minute, and I'll just straighten it slightly too. Crop it down so the focus is on the horse rather than everything else around it. And then move it slightly. And then just apply very basic edits. I a lot of the time it's a case of just tweaking things as you go. So you'll change one thing and then change another thing and then go back to the thing that you changed originally. There we are, and if we work on maybe this one of him jumping. So again, first thing we'll do is crop it. Lightroom's being particularly slow today, so we'll just crop these other horses out of either side. This is one of the 3 photos that won me the Emerging Talent Award last year, and probably is one of my all-time favourites. I love it because it captures the whole uniqueness of their training operation at Christian's. It's probably a bit of a miracle to get all 3 horses on a good stride, as well as the lads smiling and the sun's out. It always makes people look twice, and we had good fun getting the shot. This is a photo I took at the beginning of this year at Phil Kirby's. I actually didn't like it that much when I first looked at it, and then when I posted it on social media it went mad and everyone loved it. So that shows how much I know, and I actually don't like it that much. I've made it the front cover of my 2024 calendar, which is available to buy on my website.